next episode of Dad's Garage. Today, what we're going to be working on is this hose reel cart. This one, it's a member's mark, so you can pick it up over at Sam's. They are on sale right now for 84 bucks. We'll do an unboxing and assembly for you so you can kind of see how to assemble it. I don't expect it to be too awful complicated. Also we can kind of get an idea on the quality of the thing. It says it weighs 42 pounds. So anyway, we'll start unboxing it and see what we think about it. The current hose reel deal that we have is one of those little box type things with a handle that you roll it up, and that thing is an utter pain in the neck. It's a good place to store the hose, but it sure as heck is not very easy to use. The thing wants to tump over all the time if you're pulling the hose out. It's aggravating, actually. And my wife's complaining about needing a hose at more areas of the yard, and so we have to pick that whole box up with the hose in it and carry it to another location to plug it in. This thing will be able to drag the cart, take the hose with us where we want to go without having to pick up that big box and carry it around. Should be able to just drag this straight to the hose bib and go from there. So alright, we got all of our parts out of the box, and now the first step that we're going to do requires both axles and the basket and the frame. So with this first step, we need both axles, the basket, and the frame, and then we need letter L, which is the largest of the 4 bolts. Not the longest, but the largest, and these are 8mm by 20. And these axles have the nut built into them, so not going to need any nuts here. We're going to have 4 of those, catch each corner, and that's going to be a 12mm. Part 1 is assembled. Alright, now the next piece that we've got is we have got the wheels and tires. These are a semi-hard foam, so this is what I think they're calling is like a run flat tire or airless tire. Okay, and for that we're going to use all these 12mm nuts and washers. Flat, lock, and nut. I haven't seen one under $100 before, so that was kind of surprising, but most of these that I've found have been between the 130 and 150 range, particularly if it has the steering. Okay, 19. Well, I guess I'm really off on that. And you can go ahead and run those down tight, because the way that it's designed, you can't block the wheel up because that inner washer is actually hitting the bearing itself. All hose cart. All right. So you need the two end pieces of the reel, the drum, and then you need all these little 5mm by 15 screws and washers. So essentially all we're doing here is we're getting a screw on a washer, putting it through the hole, and then we're finding a hole on the drum, putting it in and repeating the process for all of these. It looks like there's a total of 6 per side, so 12. I'm going to go ahead and get this assembled and then we'll come right back. One thing I found out when I was assembling this thing that's really stupid that they did, that is really a design flaw, is right underneath the spigot is where they put this place for this screw. So, and it's almost right over it, so it's kind of stupid. What I had to end up doing was I got my extension on here and I was able to get it a little bit of an angle, but it was good enough to allow me to get that tightened down. But that wasn't very well thought out. Not a huge deal, but once we get this drum all put together, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put these bearings and these brackets in place to hold the drum on. So you're going to need these really long, it's the longest ones in there, they're 6mm by 45mm. It's got washers, lock washers, and nuts already on it. And we're going to put 2 of those in each side to hold this down. And I'm going to do that, and then we'll be right back to finish it off. The pieces of this we got is going to be the handle, the hose. Can you get the hose, please? And the crank. So with the handle and the crank, there's 2 screws left, 2 bolts, I should say, left in here. And these are the 6mm by 30mm. Pretty simple deal here. Go ahead and get these 2 pieces assembled, then we'll come right back to you. Okay, so now we just installed the hose that gets you connected to your hose bib. Everything is put together. One thing I noticed I do like is that this is spring loaded, so you're not going to be having to bend over, pick it up off the ground. As we start getting older, it's harder to get down there, so I really, really like that it picks it back up by itself. So the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to go load a hose on it here in just a minute and see how she works. But so far so good. Be right back. All right, this is it completed in the backyard. And this is what I walk back here to. Apparently, when they were trying to put it up the other day, the handle broke off or something. And so this is the mess that I come back here to. So we're fixing to remedy this once and for all with this baby. I'm going to start reeling it up on here and then I'll get back with you to show you what it looks like. Okay, there we go. It's all on there, 2 complete hoses. And it was super easy to do. This thing was a pain in the neck. Always had to hold it down, because it's not heavy enough really to hold it when you've got the tension of the hose going on it. And then you also got to deal with the stupid thing piling up on one side and being too tall to close the lid, and oh my gosh, it was a mess. But anyway, never buy one of those again. But this right here, my wife is going to be one happy woman after having this. So anyway, I guess that's it for this project. Appreciate everybody joining me, and we will catch you next time on Dad's Garage.